Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the Keating Sports Center. Today's NAC women's volleyball matchup will feature Alverno College visiting and your Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. My name is Ryan Cantlin. I'm the assistant SID here at Illinois Tech, and I welcome you into the broadcast booth. Hopefully a exciting game here at the Keating Sports Center on Dig Pink afternoon here in Chicago. We will join in for the starting lineups here momentarily, as well as the national anthem, and then we will get the ball into the air. Welcome back into the broadcast booth as we are about ready to start here this afternoon. Alverno is coming off of 8 straight losses. They are 0-8 in conference play thus far. They were defeated at Marion on Thursday by 3-0. They were very competitive in 2 of those sets, losing 28-26 in the first set and 25-23 in the third set, respectively. Illinois Tech coming off a loss as well. They were defeated at Lakeland University this week after rolling off 3 straight wins before that. They were in action earlier this week at the Keating Sports Center, where they took on Andrews University and beat them in straight sets 3-0. So they look to get back to their winning ways here this afternoon as they continue to try to climb up those NAC standings as we get closer into playoff season late in the conference season. Illinois Tech wearing their black and red jerseys on top. You will see libero Brooke Rifkin in all pink this afternoon, with a lot of the fans as well supporting Peak in the stands. Alverno will be the ones to get the ball in the air here this afternoon. And we are off. Bad set attempt there. Got back over to Anna Jones, and she drilled it right into the blockers and deflected out of bounds for the first point of the match for Illinois Tech. Jump serve to the middle of the court. Both going up for it at the net. Blocked straight back down, and Illinois Tech takes the 2-0 lead here early on. Deflected off the block there. Not a good set attempt. Over on 1. And now driven to the floor. Victoria Esperez on the kill through the middle of the court there. Alverno was not ready to set up a block, and free swing at that one straight down and couldn't be dug out of there. Misplayed there and then just smacked over and finds an empty area of the court as Alverno takes their first point of the match. 3-1 here early on inside the Keating Sports Center. Holly King with the jump serve. And the ace. Kind of found that hole right in the middle of the Illinois Tech defense. Deep into the court. She's going to try the same area. This one over and just catches that back line. And that one just a couple inches, maybe a foot long there. Service error. 4-3. London Francis off the block and down for the kill. From service here. And there's an Illinois Tech ace. Talked about it earlier this week. Illinois Tech with 15 aces in their match earlier this week against Andrews University. They had 5 in each of the 3 sets. It was definitely one of the ways they extended a lot of those leads in those sets was via the service ace. London Francis through the middle of the court. Dug out nicely. There was a touch there is the call, and it's deflected out of play, and it'll go Illinois Tech's way for the point. Another service ace by Trotman Mendez. Kind of a little bit of a knuckleball right over the net there and dropped right in the middle of the floor where nobody was home. This one went a little awry and wide right for the air. 8-4 Scarlet Hawks early on here in set number one. Bianca Herford on the serve there. Trotman Mendez got caught a little bit in between there of what she wanted to do. She's just trying to play a easy ball back over the net. Didn't get it high enough in the block. Redirected it right down as London Francis takes a swing. Dug out of there nicely. But then an error from the Inferno. Sydney Wilson on the service for the Scarlet Hawks. Blockers go up, redirect it right back down. Touched at the net both ways and redirected out. It'll be Illinois Tech point is the call. Both officials kind of communicating there and making the call. Both of them looked like they went up, but they say that it was the Inferno with the last touch before it redirected out of play. Anna Jones on the swing. That's redirected right back for where it came. Blocked there by Frannery and Cooch. That both went up for the block. Barry Needham on the service for the Inferno. Over on two is good ball handling error there from the Inferno in the Illinois Tech point. Rifkin the service, just comes up short into the net for the air. Very well set right there. Set up Anna Jones to drive that through the middle of the court. She went high and over the blockers there and found her first kill of the match. Back-to-back service errors from the Scarlet Hawks. Set led Trotman Mendez almost straight into the net. She had to try to cut it inside the court and couldn't get that over the net. Anna Jones goes up and gets it blocked at the net. The blockers on Alverno side have gotten high and they've been in the right position a lot. They've redirected quite a few balls right back from where they came, taking advantage of a couple blocks and a couple service errors from the Scarlet Hawks, as we now have a 12-10 score here about halfway through set number one. It's an Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawk timeout here in the Keating Sports Center, as Mark Johnson's going to talk it over, and they're going to look to change up some of that offensive attack, try to fool some of that blocking scheme that Alverno currently has employed to keep this match pretty close here early on. Shristi Cooch on the service for the Inferno. And timeout works exactly how it was drawn up. The Scarlet Hawks immediately get the kill and the point. Not a single rotation on that service. Tapped over the net. And tapped into no man's land by the Inferno. Carly Juneau kind of tapped that ball in the air, none of her teammates around to collect. Drop service right in front of the net. Kind of a miss hit, but it got back over the net. Inferno going to try it again. Redirected right back down. Another one redirected, but that one out of play. And Holly King will get the kill for the Inferno, and then she will be rewarded with a service of her own right here. Impressive dig right there, and then Brooke Rifkin on the other way on the dig. Tried again right off the body and redirected straight up. Kind of mishit there, and Tech got caught in between. Didn't know who was going to go for that set attempt, but eventually it was Rifkin, and she put it a little too far and not able to get that back over. Alverno with a big point on a very nice rally from both sides. Scarlet Hawks take it right back. Victoria Esperez with the kill, set up beautifully. Troutman Mendez off the Alverno blockers and redirected out of bounds for the kill. Good service, sets up the Illinois attack. Touched right over the net, little tap, little cut shot right there to the empty area of the court. Similar shot attempt there, a little bit more authority put into that cut shot. It went off the block and then cut right down right in that same area right in front of the net. We got a net violation on the Inferno there. The ball sailed wide. However, the touch will give that point to Illinois Tech and the service. Troutman Mendez, jump serve, middle of the court. Set up London Francis, but pushed it right over for the kill. Rowan Midget. That service comes up a little bit short for the air. 18-15 Scarlet Hawks lead it here in set number 1 inside the Keating Sports Center. This conference matchup. Free ball played back by the Scarlet Hawks. Francis had her attempt blocked and redirected. Another cut shot. Scarlet Hawks are home there. That ball looked like it may have been traveling out of play. But Brooklyn Hereford played it, kind of redirected it up and into no man's land. The Scarlet Hawks will take it. Miscommunication by the Inferno there as they tried to set up the attack. Nobody was there to take a swing at it. It'll be 20-15 Scarlet Hawks. Scoreboard is just a little slow updating there, making sure it's correct. And the Inferno will take a timeout, their first of the set. We thank you for joining us here on the Scarlet Hawk Broadcast Network here on YouTube. And we will be right back with the conclusion of the set. Back inside the Keating Sports Center will be Illinois Tech service. Sydney Wilson will put the ball back into play. A miss hit here. Alverno's just scrambling to get it back over. London Francis at the net with the swing and a good dig out of there. Tapped over. Anna Jones is there. Wilson behind the 10-foot line. Now Jones will give it a try. Had hers redirected. Francis again. Blocked again by the Inferno. That was Needham and Curtis at the net. There was 3 or 4 swings that the Scarlet Hawks took at that point, and had a lot of them redirected right back. Service here deep into the court, handled well. Anna Jones, the tip. Then tipped back over by the Inferno. Francis blocked it initially, then tried to get it up, but went off the net. And the Inferno have come out after the timeout with 2 consecutive points to make this a 3-point set. on Francis into the net. And now 20-18 is our score here in set number 1 inside the Keating Sports Center. Mary Needham. Troutman Mendez behind the 10-foot line, coming from the back with a good swing at it, and then never really handled by the Inferno. Ended up into the net. Ran out of touches. Rifkin the service. Right in the middle, miscommunication. That'll be an ace for the Scarlet Hawks, and back up to a 4-point lead at 22-18. Tapped over. Deanna Jones with the attempt. Handled by the Inferno. And then driven well beyond the court. But they got a touch. The initial call went to the Illinois Tech side, but one of the officials had a touch on that. And they're going to say it was redirected out by the Scarlet Hawks. The Alverno serve, 19 serving 22. Both teams with 1 timeout remaining. Expect to see possibly a timeout from either side after this point. Anna Jones a tip. Into the blockers. Redirected right back down. 20-22 now. Service deep into the court. Set up beautifully there by Midget. And Asperez buried it to the floor. Didn't have really any blockers to worry about, as they were just not to the net at that point, as the Illinois Tech attack was too efficient and quick to get them in position. Midget setting out Troutman Mendez this time. That's just beyond the sideline. Oh, they got it in. The call was in on that line. It's 24-20, Scarlet Hawks. And it's a timeout from the Inferno now as we reach set point. Looking into the stats so far in the first set here, Scarlet Hawks hitting 195, Alverno hitting 100 as percentages. Scarlet Hawks with 3 service aces to Alverno's 2. Illinois Tech with 7 attack errors, Alverno just 3. However, they only have the 6 kills versus the 15 from the Scarlet Hawks. When that Scarlet Hawk offense and attack has been efficient and quick before that blockers can set up for the Inferno, that's when they've been at their best. When it's been a little bit slower developing, those Alverno blockers get to the net and elevate, they've been very efficient at really redirecting a lot of those balls right back from where they came. But look for the Scarlet Hawks who can try to continue some of that efficient attack, get that ball to their hitters as quickly as possible and try to keep those blockers at bay for the Inferno. Set point here. Rowan Midget on the service, jump serve towards the back line. Just kind of Anna Jones on the swing. Off the block. It'll be a free ball to give the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks another chance. And this one driven to the floor, 25-20. The Scarlet Hawks take set number 1. It was Victoria Asprez on the kill. She carried some of that attack, especially late in the set for the Scarlet Hawks, as she had 2 or 3 kills in the last 5 points to claim the first set for the Scarlet Hawks. She's hitting a perfect 1,000 hitting percentage. She has 6 kills and 6 attempts. That'll get the job done. And the Scarlet Hawks take set number 1 here inside the Keating Sports Center on Dig Peak afternoon. As we see a lot of pink in the crowd, we got a big sale going on from one of the sororities on campus that'll benefit breast cancer awareness. And we will be right back with set number 2 inside the Keating Sports Center. Back inside the broadcast booth here in Chicago. Let's look through some of the stats from the set number 1. Scarlet Hawks, 16 kills, led the way by Victoria Esperez. She had 6 on those 6 attempts, like we just talked about. Sydney Wilson with 3 kills, Trotman Mendez with 3 kills as well. Anna Jones with 2, and then London Francis and Rowan Midget with 1 apiece. Rowan Midget with 13 assists in set number 1. Scarlet Hawks finished up hitting 209 in that first set, as Alverno with just .94 in set number 1. They had 6 assists as a team, like we just said. Midget with 13 by herself. Scarlet Hawks with 14 overall, as Sydney Wilson added 1 herself. Should be Illinois Tech service here to start set number 2 as we flip sides, and we are ready to go. Scarlet Hawks 3-1 over their last 4. 6-2 over their last 8. Finding their stride here late in the season. They'll take on Benedictine on Wednesday. That'll broadcast will be right back here on the Scarlet Hawk Network. We jump right into the action here in set number 2. It's Trotman Mendez with the kill to give the Scarlet Hawks the 1-0 advantage. Couldn't handle that serve. Sydney Wilson will get the ace for the Scarlet Hawks. Wilson, the service here, just wide. Go from 5 on the left to 5 on the right with the service. Cooch here drives it back middle part of the court. Almost a miss hit there on the swing by Asperez, but everything's working out for her today. That'll be her 7th kill, as the miss hit finds the soft spot in the defense. She'll get rewarded with the service of her own. And it was served early before we were ready to go. Official here at the table was communicating. And our head official never gave the signal that we were ready for play, so we'll do it again. Tapped over, handled by the Hawks. Troutman Mendez drives it straight through the middle of the floor. Needham couldn't dig it out. It's a 4-1 advantage for the Scarlet Hawks here early in set number 2. Alverno wasn't in a proper position. Standing still. Illinois Tech with the point. And then Esperez, the next service, finds another ace. Or second in this run right now. Another one. Back-to-back aces. Her third in this service run. And I believe her fourth, in the match. We got a net violation here after kind of another mishandle of that service. Put the ball right next to the net, and there was a touch there. Called by the official right in front of the score table. Tori Asperez is on a run. Tapped over. Set up here. Midget on the swing. It was deflected, I think, off the blockers, and then Sydney Wilson tried to get it up. It was deflected back over the end line, and Alverno stops the, I think, 6-point service run there for the Scarlet Hawks. Fought for at the net from both sides. Ends up with Alverno. Swing there by Needham. Had some velocity on it. Rifkin got an arm on it, but it's redirected down for the kill. And then followed up with a service ace from Alverno here. This service handled. Midget trying to add to her assist total, and she will as Troutman Mendez with the cut shot cross court. Finds the floor and the point for the Hawks. Midget the service. Good serve, but it's handled well for kind of a miss set and then a miss hit into the net, and it'll be a Scarlet Hawk point. 10-4 here in set number 2. Scarlet Hawks took set number 1, 25-20. Whistle here. The Scarlet Hawk point, I think it was a net violation. Another good service. Swung on, deflected off the blockers. Finds that opposite side from the swing. Illinois Tech not really having anybody there. That ball's kind of found that area a couple times, even when Alverno wasn't even trying to put that ball exactly there. .50 call on the back line. Call goes the Inferno way. This is just beyond the baseline. Midget to Francis. Redirected right in front of me and over my head. And down for a Scarlet Hawk point. Illinois Tech got him doubled up here, 12-6 here in set number 2. Troutman Mendez, the service for the Scarlet Hawks. Jump serve is deep and out of play. There'll be an error on the service. Tap down, but just out. Back to back points here, I believe the first time this set for the Inferno. Another cut shot. That one was trying to find that soft spot in the defense. Illinois Tech's able to get it up and over. Another cut shot off the top of the net and drops right down on the line for an Inferno point. We just talked about a couple minutes ago. They're trying to find that kind of soft spot cross court right beyond the net. Illinois Tech not with really a defender there. It's not usually a spot you see people trying to attack a lot, but they've found a way to get the ball there somewhat unintentionally a couple times in set number 1 and early in set 2. And definitely on that point, they were trying to attack that soft spot in the Illinois Tech defense and found that ball just rolling over the net to drop right down on the line as the Inferno have made it a 9-12 score here in set number 2. Scarlet Hawks led it pretty big early, had that 12-6 lead just 3 points ago, but the Inferno run has made this a 3-point game. We'll step away and jump right back into the action here after a short break here on the Scarlet Hawk Broadcast Network. About ready to jump back into action. Coach Neely Newton had a question for the official. Have a quick discussion here, but we're about ready to rejoin the action. Bianca Hereford on the serve. Midget to Francis, driven to the floor. A kill for the Scarlet Hawks after the timeout. They build that advantage back up to 4 points now. Both teams, until that point right there, was hitting 300 here in set number 2. Scarlet Hawks now with 6 kills in the set to the 4 from Alverno. Jump service here. Dug out by Midget. Sydney Wilson and Ana Subasitio on slight miscommunication as who's going to handle that ball. Wilson ended up getting it up, and then no one there to get it over the net. Good strong service, handled by the Hawks. Fight at the net. This time won by Alverno. Laney Curtis went up, fought for it at the net, won the battle, and the point. 2 point, just the advantage for the Scarlet Hawks. Rifkin to Wilson. Cut shot. Finds the floor in the kill. Scarlet Hawks kind of just maintaining this advantage now. And back and forth out of this timeout, trading points at both sides. Maya Zinkowitz with the service. We did not see her in set number 1. Wilson had her attempt redirected down off that Alverno blockers. Rowan Midget up to 18 assists in the match thus far. Looking to add one here. Nope, she decided to try to go over with it. And now just a 1-point advantage for the Scarlet Hawks. And that's going to be a service ace for Flannery, and we have a 14-14 tie here in set number 2 currently. Scarlet Hawks led it 12-6 early on in the set. They had a really nice service run by Victoria Esperez early on. They had a 7-1 advantage at that point. Alverno's clawed all the way back, and now 14-14 as they take a swing, redirect it back down. They're going to try it again. This one just kind of serve back over. It'll be Scarlet Hawk point. Sydney Wilson the service. Caught in between. They handled it. Self-preservation on the dig out there. And then kind of just a mishandle by the offensive attack by the Scarlet Hawks and an error into the net by Troutman Mendez. And we're back tied now at 15. It's Flannery, who had that ball driven right at her face, got her hands up just in time and redirected that ball actually perfectly in the air for a phenomenal dig. This one tipped off the blockers and straight down, but on the Alverno side, we have Scarlet Hawk point. They're back in front by 1. Good service over that back line. Tough handle, and it'll be kind of, thought it was going to be a free ball back for the Scarlet Hawks, but Alverno tried to make something out of it and went right into the net for the error. Another good service. Scramble, ace for the Scarlet Hawks. Victoria Asperez back on the service line and doing exactly what she did early on in the set. 2 phenomenal serves, 1 an ace, 1 kind of a mishandle, and then a tough ball for Alverno gives the Scarlet Hawks back a 3-point advantage. We're at 18-15 as Alverno will take their first timeout of set number 2. You are watching Illinois Tech Women's Volleyball NAC Conference matchup here on the Illinois Tech Broadcast Network here on YouTube. Reminder, all home Illinois Tech events you can find right here on the Scarlet Hawk Broadcast Network. We appreciate you tuning in and watching, whether you're a Inferno supporter up in Milwaukee or a Scarlet Hawk supporter. We're going to step away and rejoin the play here in just a minute. 18-15. Victoria Esperez. Jump service. Knuckleball. Handled this time. Swing attempt redirected back by the Scarlet Hawks, and then over the net for the kill by Flannery. Koziakowski, the service as they chase two. Midget got onto that ball to set it in between two Scarlet Hawk hitters. Now back within one here. Miss hit on the service, straight into the net. The Rowan Midget on the service line for the Scarlet Hawks. 19-17 advantage. Late here in set number two, Scarlet Hawks lead the match 1-0. Her service just over the back line. It'll be back-to-back airs, one from each side. That ball knuckled and dropped. It'll be attack air from Alverno. It's Mary Needham that was trying that cut shot once again to try to find that soft spot on the opposite side of the court. This time, could not get it done. Troutman Mendez with the jump service to the middle of the court. Another error by the Inferno gives the Scarlet Hawks a 3-point advantage. Back with a little bit of breathing room. 21-18. Troutman Mendez sizes up her service. Jump serve, middle of the court. Just redirected right back over. Here's Sydney Wilson on the swing, off the block, and down. Was set up wonderfully by the good service. Couldn't be handled very well by Alverno. It gave the Scarlet Hawks a chance to kind of quickly set up that offensive attack. Deep service here. Behind the 10-foot line, just try to serve it back over. But this one out of play for a Scarlet Hawk point. Now 23-18 as Troutman Mendez on the service line has helped the Scarlet Hawks to a 5-point advantage. We have another timeout on the court. Alverno will take it. Their second of the set. And we'll be back right after a short break. back into play. Redirected off the block and straight down. That'd be a Scarlet Hawk point. Coach Newton once again talking to the official in the timeout, talking about kind of how the setup of the Scarlet Hawks, kind of wanting the legal setup call. But as we join the play, the Scarlet Hawks get the kill, the point, and the set. So after a little bit of a scare, we got very, very close, 14-14, 15-15, and then even 19-18, the Scarlet Hawks go on a service run and take set number 2, 25-18. They lead this match 2-0, 25-20, 25-18 in the first 2 sets. We'll flip sides once again and rejoin the play back in a couple of minutes. We'll look through the stats here in a second after a short break. You're listening and watching Illinois Tech Women's Volleyball on the Scarlet Hawk Broadcast Network here on YouTube. Back inside the Keating Sports Center as we get ready for set number 3. Scarlet Hawks lead things 2-1 over the Alverno Inferno. We look back into set number 2. Alverno, 6 kills in both set number 1 and set number 2. Second set ended up with 6 errors. A lot of those were late, right? They were really with even match as we went into that 19-18 timeout. Both teams were hitting in that greater 200% range. Alverno finishes the set at a 0% with the 6 errors and the 6 kills to even each other out. Scarlet Hawks finished off the set very well. 10 kills, 4 errors, hit 273. Had 5 aces in set number 2 as well. Have 8 now total on the match. Scarlet Hawks hitting 224 in the match to just .051 for Alverno. It'll be Alverno's service to start set number 3 as they look to get back into this match. As we talked about, they're still looking for their first win in conference play this season. While the Scarlet Hawks look to add another conference victory, get back to 500 on the conference schedule, 9-13 overall, 4-5 in conference play. Coming off the loss to Lakeland earlier this week. Before that, beating Andrews, beating MSOE and Dominican, all in 3-0 fashion. Lost to Lakeland 1-3, on Thursday, won set number 2 before losing the 3rd and 4th set in very close, highly contested sets. Just getting our starting lineups for the set in here before we're ready to go. And now we are ready to put the ball back in the air and start set number 3 here in Chicago. Serve through the middle of the court. London Francis will just kind of put a free ball right back to the other side. Blocked right at the net. And they ran out of touches. And once again, the Scarlet Hawks are out to the early advantage. Maya Zinkowitz. The service. The swing from Alverno. Redirected back down. Back to Zinkowitz. Midget trying to set up. Sydney Wilson's tap over the blockers. Can't get down. The point goes to the Scarlet Hawks. At some point, that net was touched by somebody as it still continues to rock back and forth. But there was no call there, and they just called it out of play, and it's a Scarlet Hawk point. Zinkowitz, the service here is a good one. It'll be a free ball played back into play. It goes off one of the support beams on the roof here inside the Keating Sports Center, redirects right down to the top of the net and stays on the Alverno side. We'll credit that point to Mies Vanderoe, who designed most of the campus here at Illinois Tech. He was a big fan of those supports up on the roof. Swing there from the Inferno goes into the net. Scarlet Hawks lead it 4-0 here. Maya Zinkowitz is on a nice service run. Drop serve. Diving and dug out there. Then redirected by the blockers. Midget to Francis. Tapped right to the middle. And then a mishit and an error from Alverno gives the Scarlet Hawks another point. This serve driven to the back part with some velocity. Illinois Tech asking for a double hit call, didn't get it. Alverno almost stopped playing for half a second and then popped it back over, and then the kill comes from Francis. Scarlet Hawks 6 straight points to start set number 3 to take an early advantage, an early control of this third set and trying to close out the match in straight sets. Zinkowitz another jump serve with velocity. And the block comes to the net. London Francis and Lilia Donaldson at the net with the block and redirecting it to the floor. 7-point run to start the set. Off the blockers here, tipped. Rifkin over to Wilson. Donaldson to tap back over. And then the top over the front line of defenders. Maya Zinkowitz diving for that ball. Got an arm on it, but redirected into the crowd here at the Keating Sports Center. Zakowski with the service ace for Alverno. This one deep and another ace. Zinkowitz got caught in between and she wanted to let it go and play 50-50 if it was going to be in or out. Couldn't get out of the way and then ended up just hitting her body and redirecting away. This service into the net. Brooke Rifkin on the service line for the Scarlet Hawks in all pink. Midget to Wilson. Deflected off the blockers. Handled by the Inferno. Wilson trying for the assist. Get it over to Francis. She rolled one across the net into no man's land and down. Good service here. Gives Illinois Tech the free ball back. Victoria Asperez did well to get that ball over play. Guy by Zinkowitz. Ends up with a swing from Francis off the block and down. The drop shot forces Zinkowitz to dive to dig it out of there. Then set up well, and then Francis put it away. Another good service by Rifkin. Gave Illinois Tech the chance. They don't convert here. Swing from the Inferno, and that might have been the best kill of the day from Alverno. Driven by Mary Needham to the floor with some velocity over the block of the Scarlet Hawks. Tapped up here. Zinkowitz to Midget to Francis. Right back to Francis and down. London Francis with multiple kills here in set number 3. That was her 7th kill of the match right there. Needham with her 2nd kill of set number 3 off the block. 11-5 advantage for the Scarlet Hawks here in set number 3. Lead the match 2-0. Looking to close it out, get back to 500 on the conference record for the year. Service ace for Alverno. Bianca Hereford. With a 2nd consecutive ace from Hereford. So another similar kind of story to set number 2. Illinois Tech jumping out to the early advantage. And then followed up kind of by an Alverno slow kind of run. To keep them in the match. Scarlet Hawks with the point here on the kill. It'll be Cindy Wilson on the service line. They let it go over their head, and it's just past the end line. It'll be an error from Wilson. Mary Needham has had a very efficient set number 3 with multiple kills here. Of a net violation from the blockers in Alverno. That the net violation on the Scarlet Hawks. That's why Alverno had the service there. And then an error by the Inferno. Gives the ball back to the Scarlet Hawks. Tap to the net. And then this one will get over the net, but out of play. And the advantage is back up to 5 for the Scarlet Hawks. Asperez the service. That's setting up the attack, but it still works out as Troutman Mendez right down the sideline with that ball and gets it to the floor. That knuckleball dove right into the net. If it would have got just over that, I would have dropped right behind that first line. Just didn't carry over the net before there was a sharp drop on it. Service back with Alverno. That one off of Sydney Wilson's almost chest, but redirected up and back to the Alverno side. Cut shot. Rifkin goes down, gets it. Madison Gowan into the match. Went to kind of cut shot over, ended up kind of being more of a set, even with the overhand. Troutman Mendez to the floor for her. Eighth kill of the match. Scarlet Hawks, pretty balanced attack. Tori Asperez with 9 kills. Troutman Mendez with 8. London Francis now with 7. And that is a service ace for the Scarlet Hawks. Rowan Midget finds the back line as they Alverno Inferno watch that one fall just inside the court. 17-11 lead as the Scarlet Hawks look to continue to extend. And it'll be back-to-back aces for Rowan Midget. That's her third and fourth ace of the match. Does have 2 service errors to go along with that. She got 22 assists on the match. And we now have an 18-11 advantage for the Scarlet Hawks as they look to close out this match in set number 3 here at home. Scarlet Hawks hitting .263 here in set number 3. They have 4 service aces, 2 service aces in the set, 10 overall, back to double digits. Alverno has not been efficient with their percentages here, hitting negative 190 here in set number 3. 7 errors to go with their 3 kills. Scarlet Hawks with 7 kills against 2 errors. Scarlet Hawks rolling the canoe on the sidelines here, looking for the 3rd straight ace from Rowan Midget, and she got it. That knuckleball deflected and moved and dropped and dove all over the place and could not be handled. 19-11 advantage as the boat continues to row on the sidelines off the top of the net. This one they will find a way to get over, but it's a free ball for the Scarlet Hawks. That's set behind and then driven to the floor. Lilia Donaldson with the kill. Be her first of the match. Weaver's Rowan Midget on the assist with that one as well. Coming from the back line all the way to the front to set up Donaldson. Troutman Mendez, the tap over the top. She gets it to the floor. The Scarlet Hawks attack. Their service, their sets have all of a sudden become very, very efficient here in the middle of the late part of this 3rd set as they've gone on a very nice run and now have a 10-point advantage here in set number 3. Rowan Midget again with the ace. She's got 4 right here, all in this run of service. 22-11, Scarlet Hawks have them doubled up here in set number 3, looking to close things out here. That service goes just wide. A little bit of a heat check as she was definitely going for another ace, trying to drop it right on the sideline. But 4 aces in one run, not going to hurt. 22-12. Donaldson into the block. Deflected away, her second kill of the match. The Scarlet Hawks are just 2 points away from closing out the match. And we got a timeout here from the Inferno. We will step away. Thank you for watching here on the Scarlet Hawk Broadcast Network. Illinois Tech leads here in set number 3, 23-12. Looking to close out the match. They need 2 points. We should have the conclusion of this set and hopefully the match if you're an Illinois Tech supporter here after the break. Back inside the Keating Sports Center. Scarlet Hawks look to close it out. Maya Zinkowitz coming in to serve for the Scarlet Hawks. She's how they built the early advantage here in this set. Went on a great run to start set number 3. Her service driven in the middle of the court. Dug out of there by Zinkowitz. Sydney Wilson. And this one goes along. They'll bring up set point, match point for the Scarlet Hawks as they got them doubled up once again. 24-12. Maya Zinkowitz on the service for the Scarlet Hawks, looking to close things out. Jump serve. Off the body. Redirected long. It's an ace to finish the day for the Scarlet Hawks. Zinkowitz started set number 3 on the service run. She closes it out with a service ace of her own. And the Scarlet Hawks take things 3-0. They win set number 3, 25-12. Scores for the 3 sets, 25-20, 25-18, 25-12, all in the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawk favor. We thank you for joining us here on your Saturday afternoon here inside the Keating Sports Center. My name is Ryan Cantlin. We thank you for watching here on the Scarlet Hawk Broadcast Network. Women's volleyball will be back in action here at the Keating Sports Center on Wednesday as they take on Benedictine University. They will come in at 5-5 as the Scarlet Hawks look to continue to climb those NAC standings as we close down the NAC regular season, and they look to work their way in a higher position going in to playoff season into conference tournament time. We hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we hope to see you back here on the broadcast on Wednesday or inside the Keating Sports Center. My name is Ryan Cantlin. Thank you for watching, and have a good night.